What is going on, guys? Jin here from CZeroMedia. In today's 280Z build series, we're gonna go ahead and piss off more purists because we're gonna be mounting this carbon fiber rear wing on the car, and I'm gonna have to drill into this beautifully stock hatch. So here is the rear wing I got from Retrospec, who is still MIA. This is what you call the Bre Style Lip. As far as I know, there are two options when it comes to Bre type lip. You can get the standard one, which is this one, which looks taller than I thought, and then there's a tall Bre one, which is even taller than this. I went with the standard height because I thought that was tall enough. And also, if you know these wings in here on a 280Z like I do, some of the wings, or should I say the authentic wings, have like additional, I gotta put this down first. If you know about the authentic original Bre wing, it actually has a little lip in here. I don't know if that was done for aerodynamic purposes or if it was done to add additional stability to the wing, but I didn't like it. It was ugly. None of that exists on here. Just a clean lip, clean snowplow. And another thing this wing is missing is there is a flat vertical plate on a lot of the Z aftermarket wings, or should I say original aftermarket wings, where you can put the Datsun badge. I didn't like that look, and I wanted to keep everything minimalistic as I do, like with my cafe racer over there. So I was finally able to find a wing without the front support as well as the rear vertical piece. So this is the wing I'm going to be installing today. It's not too aggressive. I think it's just going to be a tiny little duck lip type wing that's going to give my Datsun a little additional sexiness. Now, in terms of mounting this, unfortunately it came with two bolts that I already took out of here just to show you the hole. You got one hole here on the bottom, one on the top. So I'm gonna have to line everything up, center punch it, drill a small hole, drill a bigger hole, and in addition to bolting it down, I'm also going to put some double-sided tape, not necessarily for adhesion reasons, but as a cushion so I don't damage the actual body. In preparation to this episode, I went ahead and ordered additional double-sided 3M tape like this because I was out of it. And I decided to go with the extra large option, and look how big this thing is. Have you ever seen a 3M double-sided tape this big? I literally LOL'd by myself when I opened the Amazon package and the 3M tape was this big. This pack though is actually about $7 on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the video description below because I know I go through these a lot. So today we're gonna be installing the lip. But before we get to that, in the previous episode we just did the coilovers. Rear is hugging amazing, it looks great. Look at the fit, man, though. I am super happy with how everything came out. Rear doesn't rub. I increased the stiffness to the maximum in the back as well as in the front. If I was building more of a truck focused car, I will 100% go with a stiffer spring rate front and back. Even in my case, I could have gone with a stiffer spring rate because I maxed out in stiffness on the 32A adjustable valve front and back of the car. This thing right here. Now, as for the front, I am rubbing. I know I gotta cut the fenders, I know I gotta put the over fenders, but I'm still rubbing. So the first thing I'm gonna do real quick before I get to the rear lip is jack up the car and show you how I can adjust the height of the car and how easy it's done before I get to the jack. Alright guys, here we got the coilover looking fresh AF. What you need to do is just release these two, which is actually already loose, and then spin the top part. I'm gonna take some measurements here. All you have to do is just spin this in and out to adjust the height. Well, hello wheel gap. This is just how I'm gonna have to run it for now until I install my over fender flares. Functional gap, whatever, that's alright. I want to have more fun with this. So now we're gonna get to the wing installation. Alright guys, so I put 3 lines of 3M tape. You guys know how strong these things are though. I feel like even if I don't bolt this thing down to the car, it should still stay in place, knowing how sticky and strong these things are, but I don't want to take the risk. I do still want to bolt it down. So now we're gonna come to the car because I cannot mount the wing and get to the back of it without taking off this plastic piece here. So I'm gonna try to undo this real quick to see what we have going on behind it. just removed is, I believe, what's called a deck lid or deck cover. It's this piece that gets mounted on here with one of those annoying plastic tabs with pin that goes through the center. Make sure when you are reinstalling this that it is sealed up. And this looks like it was redone because this whole car was sandblasted and rebuilt. Whenever I pull out a panel like this, it is nicely coated, no rust or anything, no surprises there. But what I was trying to get to is that these Z cars have exhaust fume coming into the cabin at times, and that is a huge issue, very common problem too, which is another reason why I got brand new gaskets all around, except for this guy that's falling apart here. But just the way these cars were designed and the way it's shaped, exhaust fume tend to come out the back and roll back into the cabin. So if you don't have these sealed up, you have exhaust fume coming back into the cabin. If you don't have these holes all sealed up, you're gonna have exhaust fume coming back into the cabin. You remember when I did the 240Z tail light? I made sure everything was RTV sealed, so I don't have any exhaust fume coming in this way, nothing coming in this way from the fenders. And this piece, as far as I remember, is part of that problem. If you don't have this piece sealed up, you're gonna have exhaust fume, I believe, coming in through the bumper, I guess maybe through here. You're gonna have exhaust fume coming from the bottom into the hinge area here, coming in through the top and into the cabin. So you wanna make sure that this is sealed up. I don't know if that was a good explanation, but you get the idea. So now that is explained, I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can mount this lip. So this wing looks absolutely awesome on the car, but so here's what I want to do before I mount everything and start drilling holes into the car, because I don't know if you can see, yeah, there you go, you can see the little gap there, right? If you were to mount this wing on the car with just adhesive, you're gonna need serious amount of adhesive to cover the gap here, which I would say is at least a couple millimeters. In order to mount the wing and secure in place, I don't think double-sided tape only is gonna fly. And another thing I want you guys to see real quick is when you close the trunk all the way, because this is not a 3-piece wing, it's a 1-piece wing, as in some wings come in 3 different pieces, center, right and left, where the wing would basically cut off right here. I didn't like that look, I wanted the 1-piece, but what you get is a wing that gets mounted to the trunk, and then once the trunk is closed, it is lifting slightly above the side pieces. As you can see, the gap is larger. But the problem with the 1-piece design is that because it sticks out to the side, it's gonna hit the fender, rear fender, when you slam the trunk. So you just gotta be careful when you're closing the trunk from now on. Alright guys, so here's what I did. I measured the distance from edge of the wing to the center of the hole here to make sure that the punch location matches up. Now I use a caliper to measure this point, and you know the saying, measure twice, cut once. In this case, it was like measured 200 times, cut once. I really do not want to screw this up. What you want to do from this point on, and I highly recommend that you use something like this, is a spring-loaded center hole puncher. And it leaves a center for your drill to go through, so you don't drift off as you're drilling away into your beautiful 280Z. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drill this out, and here are the bolts that's gonna be used to mount the wing. And I'm gonna drill the hole a little bit wider than the diameter OD of this bolt, so that there's a little bit of adjustment, and that should be it. Here's what I have and what I plan on doing. I laid down the 3M double-sided tape all the way across the wing, and due to the gap between the carbon fiber wing and the trunk lid here, I wanted to make sure that there was no water penetration into this hole. And as for the hole itself, after I drilled into it, there was obviously exposed metal that might rust in the future, right? So I painted that. And also on the bottom, as much as I hated drilling into the car, I drilled 2 spots here just for the access to bolt head from under the car. I just simply could not reach in here deep enough to the mounting location, even with my wrench here. So I hope with this hole here I have enough access to the bolt head in order to mount the wing, and after that's done I'm just gonna seal this up with a cap. Alright guys, so it's been a few months since I installed the carbon fiber wing, and the reason for that is because I completely forgot to do an outro for that video. So I was editing, I'm like, wait, where's the ending? I didn't even get to show you the final product after it was installed. So here it is, check that out. I've been running this wing on the car for a couple months now, maybe even up to half a year. I just got my fender flares back from my painter and it matches the car beautifully. Look at that. It's not too big of a lip to the point where it's looking obnoxious. It's just a small subtle lip. Like I said, this is not a tall BRE, this is a regular BRE, and everything looks good. By doing this mod, I gained about 10 horsepower to the car, to the front wheels. Let me know what you guys think about the lip so far. I think I love it. It goes well with my carbon fiber trim. Like always, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.